Hey y'all, welcome back to Ascending with Ashley. I'm Ashley. This is my last video for the day. But I just sat down, we ate some mac and cheesy, and now I am thinking about, I emailed my contact at the college. Oh, there's the noodle I couldn't find. I emailed the contact at the college about printing some flyers, and I gave her a heads up about the workbooks. So now I'm thinking about the workbooks. Well, okay, now I'm calmed down again because I just remembered I don't need this done until October. Never mind. I was gonna start freaking out. I don't need to. I'm so glad. I thought I had a deadline of August. Okay. See, this is why we do this together. Thank you for being here. So the mass media or the hidden messages in the media workbook is completely done. And then the family fun one has a couple more things. I have some purchases to make for that. But the reason I started freaking out is because one of the people who's coming to Esoterics is one of the girls who comes to Art Space every week, and she is going to be 13. The cutoff is 13 for that class, and she's going to be 13 in October. So I had kind of envisioned it being like older women, so now I'm just I don't have to do anything extra, or like, because I haven't finished that workbook, I don't have to like undo anything, but I am thinking about, I wasn't going to really do like a weekly schedule. I shared this with you guys, but I haven't made that private or public yet. The video I shared the workbook. So my thing was that I was like gonna do like an open, because it's only 8 classes, so I want it to flow with what the participants, I feel like it's like if you come to that class, well, that's what I was initially feeling, but now I feel like I need to have some more concrete stuff, because I was kind of figuring it would be people who are either into witchcraft or tarot or have some sort of experience. But now that I know that my one attendee, I can't talk. I know I sound like such an idiot when I make these videos. Anyway, so I'm gonna have to frame it a little bit differently, but again, it's only 8 classes, and the workbook that I have right now is like 50 pages, so we can just go in depth on a few different things. So maybe we'll just do that. Maybe we'll just cover like world religions, like this girl heard me and her grandma talking about the genocide and stuff, and she wasn't really ready to. You cannot park it right there, Jem. No, that's not a good spot. Did she just show you her butthole? This Jemmy. She's named after gemstones, so apparently we need to cover crystals. That's what she's telling us. So I was thinking, so we'll do like birth charts. I think that's really good. I've already done those pages. I already did the world religion pages. I will definitely do tarot and oracle. So that's 4 classes. So then we only need 4 more. I was going to incorporate like more witchcraft stuff, like spells and shit, but I don't feel like that's necessary now. I feel like maybe we can talk about like ancient, maybe we'll watch some stuff about some ancient civilizations, either Egypt or Atlantis or stuff like that. That's really fun to look into when you start thinking about these things. And anyway, when we were talking about the genocide, I'm not sure if these folks are Jewish. I know they're half native, the girls. The mother is native, but I'm not sure if my friend grandma is Jewish or not, because the girls have been drawing a lot of Stars of David. Her and this other chick, I've noticed in art class, have been drawing Stars of David. So I'm not sure. So I'm not trying to offend anyone. But I'm also not trying to, sugarcoat some Zionist propaganda. But we don't even need to go there. That's the point. we are going to talk about Judaism a little bit when we talk about world religions and like the one God religions, right? But that will be, it's like a footnote. So I'm just trying to be careful. I'm thinking and being mindful of how we're gonna do this. So I guess we'll do as much hands-on as possible. I want to make our own tea bags and experiment with herbs. I've got tons of tarot cards. I'm looking at them to take. We're gonna do, everyone's gonna be able to pull up their own birth charts, and we'll figure that out. And then, okay, I really appreciate you being here. I know I've got a lot on my plate. I feel like I still feel really like I let down. I feel like I let myself down by getting sick, but I was so sick. I'm still sick. It's been almost 2 weeks and we are still, you know, not 100. So maybe I think I will go ahead and delete a whole bunch of pages. Not delete, but move them for printing. God, these cats are so weird. And then maybe that's what we can do too, is we can have like a whole class on like animals, and like have a whole animal deck. We can talk about like the significance of animals showing up on your path. We can talk about nature. Okay, I feel better. I don't know if I'm gonna make this public because I don't feel like it's necessary, but I will upload it just for record's sake. I feel like, you know, a few years down the line, this would be fun to look back at. But yeah, I'm happy I know that she's gonna be in the class. I'm really excited that she's excited about it, but I don't want to be talking about stuff that's too heavy or irrelevant. I don't want any of that, you know? Like, I'm thinking about, like, Halloween Town in this moment, and, like, Marnie, is that her name? And how she wanted to learn witchcraft from her grandma and stuff, and she was 13. So I'm really honored. I'm very excited. I have grown into who I wish I had as a child or as a preteen or young adult. It takes a lot of work for me, but like that's what I strive for on the daily. I don't compete with anyone but my previous self, and I'm just putting that out there because, again, in a couple years this will be fun to watch. But also, if you're competing with people, I think it's important to know, like, your success is your own. You're on your own path, and if you're doing something that feels like you're not, do something else. There's a lot of different opportunities. If you need support with that, we can have a session. I was just telling one of my mentors, I was talking to him, what was that, yesterday? And, you know, when I lived in LA, not only was I in an awful relationship, I was so unhappy. My self-esteem was absolutely below the floor. Like, I had lost all self-esteem and like confidence in myself. I was so lost. A lot of that had to do with like the emotional abuse and like of the marriage, but not just the marriage, like it was a horrible situation. But anyway, I tried so hard and I like applied to so many jobs, and I still like the work that I did do. I made a really big difference for a lot of folks in Skid Row. I created some mental health groups, and was facilitating those on a weekly basis. I did a women's group, and I did like an adult mental health group, and then I did a cancer group, but that only was like a couple times, because then I got pregnant and I stopped doing everything because I needed to focus on growing a human. And those spaces weren't dangerous. I mean, they had the potential to be dangerous. There was drugs and violence every once in a while. So I just removed myself from the space. But even that, it was all pro bono. I was not paid for any of that. I applied to so many jobs as like an organizer, as God, I tried so hard. I never got any jobs. And here things worked out. So I'm just saying all that to say is like, don't compete with anyone else. Be mindful of how people are interacting with you, do the best you can to support you and them in that space, whatever that looks like, which is how this whole conversation started. I don't want to be doing anything inappropriate knowing that my young friend will be in there with us, right? I had envisioned this group being women predominantly older than me, and so that's not the case. Look at this one. He'll be there too, so he'll be there. Did you eat your mac and cheesy? He's so cute. Okay. But anyway, if you're not on the right path for you, you can schedule a session with me. I'd be happy to support you. What are you doing? And a lot of that can just be like witnessing, helping it, figure out your thoughts and stuff. Organize, help you pull out your skills, figure out what your passions are. If you want a session, let me know. But I didn't come on here to do a commercial. But anyway, that's where we ended up. So have a good one.